cut me off. Non-violent demonstration. What up, buggers? Make sure you hit your thumbs up on your way in. Dun, 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 dun. So weird, it wouldn't let me park across the street. What's up, Bafty? How you doing, baby? I didn't see you at first. Whoa, welcome, live chat was in the way. Yeah, I switched it up just for a little bit. I do that. I change my hairstyle a lot. So, do this for a little bit, and then once this side grows out just a little bit, my hair grows really fast. A little bit longer, I'm gonna do a dope color scheme in my hair. So, I can't tell y'all what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be pretty. Princess Bubblegum. That's funny. Right now I'm just Princess Loudmouth. How have you been, babe? Hopefully you're doing good. I have to go in that place later. There's a big meeting happening in Metro Hall, and then our Metro Council. And I got to do an interview for our event this weekend. We're doing a big rally. And everybody's losing their fucking minds. It's crazy. It's funny. But other than that, it's my day off. Kind of. Everything's well. Just been editing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't know how to do any of that. I know how to go live, but that's about it. I would like to learn that kind of stuff though, because I would like to be able to edit some stuff, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Maybe one day. It'd be cool though. I mean, I have tons of people that would do it. I just always forget. We'll see. Dude, this shit's wild. So, I don't know if you guys ever seen like the little food boxes, right? In some communities, people will make like these little boxes. They'll put them in front yards or put them in front of community buildings or whatever, schools maybe. Sometimes they'll have books in them. Sometimes they'll have supplies in them. Sometimes they'll have food in them. Well, we have this one over by my house, and I constantly fill it up. And you usually post a picture in the little group or whatever, and then people will know there's stuff there, and then they'll go get it. I put multiple stuff in there. I do it multiple days a week. You know, it is what it is. Because there's a lot of families, kids being out of school and shit like that. There's a lot of families that need that little bit of extra help, right? Or if somebody's houseless and they see it, they can have some food, whatever. These people go fucking insane. Mind you, none of these people I've ever seen give to this box, okay? But they will sit here and harp and shame and just, people take all the food and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, but none of you all are giving this food. Why the fuck do you care? Like, it's mind-blowing to me. Every time I do it, there is... These people are crazy. Hey, Governor Newsom is clapping back. I guess the governor of Arkansas, she tweeted, she said, what's happening in California would never happen here in Arkansas because we value order over chaos. And then Newsom said, your homicide rate is literally doubled in California's. I don't know, whatever. People are crazy. What's up, Miss Meow Meow? These people are nuts. Like, I cannot believe how they would sit here and argue over someone else putting food in a box and people taking it. Like, these people are crazy. Oh, Hoosier's new bike is dope. I just don't get it. Yes, they do. I know. I live in a red state. I know. I'm very, very, very well aware of it. It's... Yeah, it's... People are all crazy. Hold on. Let me... One second. There's a little news chick. She's supposed to be on her way down here. The people are crazy. They, you know, Mafty, if we haven't all learned by now, they will listen to catch me news articles, fear-mongering news articles, and they will ride that shit until their grave. Yeah, the bike. I just seen it. But yeah, these people are crazy. Dude, allergies are killing me right now. My eyes are itching. My nose itching, my throat's itching. Gotta love the Ohio Valley allergies. I like the way Newsom clapped back though. That was good. Good thing I came early because this meeting's already packed. There's already all kinds of people here. Everybody's pulling up. It was empty over here just a minute ago. It's funny to watch all the Metro people get here early and walk in. Bow, bow, bow. Crazy world of summer. United Care is getting sued by BlackRock for green lighting medical. Really? Yeah. It is definitely a crazy world we live in. Popos is happy today. They must be bored. Buck 12. That's our cop cars. What's up, sis? About to go into a Metro Council meeting. It's happening here in a little bit. And I'm going to do a quick interview for the rally this weekend. That's about it. I'm going to go home and be fucking lazy until Saturday morning. Well, I won't be lazy. I'll be on phone calls and shit, but I would like to have some fun on YouTube, but everybody's acting crazy, so I don't know. I'm calling it now. Trump's going to take a hit for not releasing. Of course he's going to. Yeah, he's definitely going to take a hit for that. Or they'll just make excuses like they do all the time. So we'll see what happens. But these people are all crazy. And I've said it since the day he said he was going to release them. They will not be released. Mark my words. Not by him. Yeah, they could. We'll see. Yeah, they'll make tons of excuses. That's what they always do. Where's this chick at? Come on, lady, I want to get this shit over with. Hold on 1 second. I'll just check my text message. Fun times. I'm not really excited. I don't have a lot to talk about today. I'm kind of. I kind of want to see how this Metro Hall shit's gonna go today. I think I'm gonna. Damn, I can't switch phones. I'm not trying to be rude, but I just wonder why, like, anyone cares where the food goes to as long as people get it. And all kinds of people can put food in the box. And anybody that needs it can take as much as they need. People are crazy. Never seen people will argue over anything. I'm coming to that conclusion. Like, they will argue over anything. See, what's the real reason for banning or making it illegal to feed the homeless in these states? It's not just these states, it's actually everywhere. It's a federal thing. And in the states that it's not, it will be implemented very soon. So it's a Supreme Court decision, which means it is a national decision. And blue and red states are enforcing it. So it's pretty crazy. And they're using it because they're saying that it's becoming a public nuisance and all kinds of other crazy shit that they say. So they're saying that we enable them, which, makes the problem worse and stuff like that. So it's disgusting. But doesn't it seem like the government on both sides, because both sides do silly shit. Sorry, but I'm going to continue to say that. But the government as a whole, they like to alienate populate of people, certain groups of people, right? So. There's a man with a camera. How you doing, baby? Where is she at? Come on, lady. Alright, she's here. Let's see where she's at. Hey, gorgeous. How are you doing? Huh? I'm doing all right. See how this silly shit turns out. What up, beautiful? So what they're doing the thing tonight?
What?
The consent thing? Okay, that's what I thought.
And Ken Herndon flipped his vote.
Huh?
Ken Herndon flipped his vote.
Which way did he vote first?
No, he voted against it.
Oh, so he's gonna vote for it now?
Publicly, he said he's going to.
Good.
Because I guess.
So he had some heat. Well, that's why I think we should make it public to where who votes on what, because that way you can't run from your community. You know what I mean? Because if you're
Stand by the shit you.
stand on what you say.
Right.
Period. Right. Good, bad, you're gonna have to figure it out. I'm over here. I edited your interview real quick for this weekend. Where's losing her fucking mind? I'm like, I'll chill the fuck out. The city.
Yeah.
They always do. They're stupid.
That's why I had to post a few fucking essays. I'm so sick of seeing people's stupid ass comments about
Just dumb shit.
material shit. Like,
They're not. But not only that, not for anything. We had, what was it, not the last one, but the one before that, 2,500 people, dude. Literally. Y'all didn't peep a noise because the news wasn't down here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So y'all didn't see that we didn't do it just like the last one. We didn't do anything.
Right.
Hi, gorgeous.
Hi,
How are you doing?
Nice to meet
Nice.
you officially.
Nice to meet you officially. I'll be right back.
Thank you so much for being willing to do this.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate it so much.
No problem. Maybe we can get people to understand this is a nonviolent demonstration.
Yes. Yes. I wasn't here on Monday for the whole protest, but I don't think there was any.
There hasn't been any issues
That's what I'm saying. Like,
in the protests we've been doing.
Yeah.
We've been protesting actually for a couple months now, and you know, I mean, we had one with 2,500 people. There was no news down here, but they would have seen that everybody was very peaceful. Like, you know what I mean? That's not what we want. That's not what we're doing.
yeah. And we heard from LMPD too. They were like, we want people to be able to do that. That's like,
Right.
That's your right. That's your, you know. And if, however we can help facilitate those things too. If you want, you know, to block off a couple streets or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
we
we're
wanna help.
not, you know, we're not really in partner with them.
Yeah, no. I'm just
I
saying,
don't
like,
want
that's
to
what they
definitely make that clear.
were. Yeah, no. I'm
But
just
yes,
saying
they're
what they were
offering
saying as well. Too.
yes, they're like, long as y'all don't mess anything up, we're good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we're not, you know, it's not what we want to do.
Yeah.
And we got this thing tonight. We'll see how that goes. And who are you with again?
Spectrum News.
Spectrum. Good. I like Spectrum. You guys have always done good interviews.
Yeah.
I've done a lot with you all.
Oh, okay,
Over the
good.
years. Between community stuff or anti-human trafficking stuff.
Yeah.
Or DV or, you know, whatever. I do a lot of shit, so.
Oh, beautiful.
I like your skirt. Really cute.
Thank you. I actually thrifted it.
Really? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. You can actually find some really cute stuff thrifted.
yeah.
Like, for real.
Half of my closet is thrifted.
Yeah,
It
100%.
is-
I was trying to go. I was trying to get rid of this salad dress. It's really nice. And so in my spree of going to consignment shops, I was like, oh, dude, I just found a bunch of consignment shops I had no clue existed.
Yeah.
I love them. So yeah, I love consignment shops.
You can always find really, really good stuff. Things still like brand new.
Yeah,
still with, like
100%.
tags and everything. And I'm just like, I feel like
your
it's
nails are
better.
super cute.
Thank you.
Love them.
I actually did my nails myself too.
Oh, really? Okay, so you could bring the news and do some
yeah.
looking pretty. All right.
I do it all.
Hey, I like women that can do it all. We got to wear many, many hats.
Yes. But it's just a nice therapeutic thing.
100%.
And, you know, to match the outfits and everything like that. And I even let my fiance pick out the colors sometimes.
Oh yeah, I do that too. I'll tell my husband, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get my nails done. So what do you want today?
think? What do you think?
That's how I ended up with dark hair right now. He's
Oh,
like,
really?
babe, I really miss your natural hair. So we're transitioning back to bright red to regular for a little bit. I was like, all right, I'll let you, have a say everything.
I love it. Can we put this mic
Yep.
underneath your shirt?
Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually recently just dyed mine.
Love it.
Back to my natural color too. I had like blonde highlights. It was getting grown out and it was looking a little not cute anymore.
Yeah, that's how I was getting. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a little break.
And then I'm just gonna put this right here.
Yep.
So, but yeah. Plus, my hair probably needed that little break up
Yeah,
from the
I do that.
blondes.
Yep, I do that every couple of months. I'll be like, we'll just give it a little rest. And I use the
Exactly.
Oplex, so it gives it really good. I love that stuff.
Yep.
A little fashion once again. Holler.
You know. Okay. So it feels like it's a little bit close to your face, but I guarantee you it's not as
You're
close
good.
as it actually is. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and start recording. You're gonna be looking over here at me. All right. Just go ahead and say and spell your first and last name for me, and what would be a good title for you?
My name is Summer Dickerson, Summer Dickerson. and I am a community activist.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're talking a little bit about the protest. We had one this past Monday,
Yes.
and we're going to be having some other ones later in the into the weekend and stuff. But just tell me from your perspective and everything, why it's so important that the people here in Louisville are able to, you know, reserve that right and take advantage of the right to be able to protest freedom of speech here.
Well, I mean, even over the past couple months, we've been doing some protests and stuff, and we've kept it very, very peacefully. And we've had some nice ass ones, you know what I mean? It's very important for people to come out and express their First Amendment right. That is our constitutional right to be able to do that, right? And so, and because this is our wonderful country, we should be able to express that with nonviolent demonstrations. You know, there's a lot going on, and a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of people are scared. A lot of people are confused. They don't know what's going on. And so it's nice sometimes to kind of get you out of your own head and get you around like-minded people that understand that, yeah, there's some things going on, you know, but we can come together as a community and we can be a resource for each other, you know, just be there for each other. And so that's really what it is. It's about learning, it's about education, and it's about unity hugely. And so that's what our demonstrations are. Definitely nonviolent. We're big on that. That's always been our message since I think March is when we started doing this. And we want to keep it that way, you know what I mean? Because we understand that, like, just the value of people coming together. You know what I mean? So, and that's what we want to do. We want to be able to create a space for people to do that instead of being alone and maybe being depressed or getting frustrated or just 500 billion different things, emotions that you can go through. And I think it's good for people's mental health and again, big unity right now.
Absolutely. Looking at kind of what everyone's seeing, you know, from all the other cities that are also protesting, you know, I think a lot of people are like scared that that might happen here as well. But you're saying, you know, that's not our goal. That
No.
is something that we are like continuously advocating that we are doing this peacefully.
Yeah, 100%. And our history shows that, right? Since we started doing this back in March, our history has showed that we have not had one issue. We've, you know, done everything that we possibly can to just show that, you know, nonviolent demonstration and the unity, because it's very big, it's very important in the time and age that we're in right now. It seems like everybody's very divided, and, you know, all of us that are coming together, we don't necessarily agree on every single thing together. But one thing we do agree is that things are just not okay right now. And so, you know, the no Kings protest means just that. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want a dictatorship. We don't want anything like even looking like that. You know, we have our, you know, the presidential stuff and the government stuff and the way people get there by voting and different things like that. That's the way that that's the way we do things here in America. You know what I mean? And so that's the way we want to keep it. And we also have a history. Our country has a history of plenty amazing, peaceful, powerful, nonviolent demonstrations. And so, you know, the stuff that's going on in other places, why I may understand some of the stuff, you know what I mean? Because I think that, you know, it's very scary for a lot of people, you know what I mean? And I think being able to create environments where, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you see this stuff's going on, but we also have things here that are affecting us here in our community. We have people here that are scared. We have people that, you know, children and families that are very scared right now, very unsure of what's going on. And so, you know, we just want to make sure that we create, it's all about community, and it's all about unity, and it's about a non-violent demonstration.
Absolutely. This is kind of an obvious question, but you know, tell me, why is it so important to be able to talk about this right now? Talk about, you know, the protests and kind of the goal of the protests and just being able to protest.
Well, because I think our rights are important. That's the first thing for me. You know what I mean? My constitutional rights are probably more important to me than almost anything. You know, and so that's definitely a big reason. And also because, I mean, it's obvious we see a lot of people freaking out right now. You know, they think that this is what we're going to do, or, you know, they assume because they might have watch some fear mongering type of things, and that's just not what's going on here. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of us have been doing this for a couple months now, and no one even realized it. So that should tell people that we are big on, you know, safety, organization, communication, and doing the things that we need to do to create a safe environment for our community. which is the residents here in Louisville, Kentucky.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I mentioned before, their LMPD did a press conference or whatever, and they people were asking, like, oh, how do you feel about, the protests that happened on Monday and blah blah blah, and LMPD were basically like, we support it. It was a good thing. If we can help in any way, facilitate more.
Right.
We want to help. How do you feel?
Well, we're
hearing
not
that?
partnering with LMPD.
Well, of
I have to say that on the record. But I do appreciate that, and it just goes to show that they have been watching, right? Because why maybe the rest of the city may not have known that we've been marching for a couple months now. Monday was not our first march, and Monday was not our biggest march. So it's very clear that we're doing everything that we can possibly to make sure that because what good does it do to us as people that are trying to put these events on for people to come and not be safe? You know what I mean? So that doesn't even make sense. And if we were doing something wrong, I strongly believe that they wouldn't have the response that they had, right? And again, plenty of months we've been doing this for a while, and no one knew because the news wasn't down here. Now the news comes, they see one demonstration, which, by the way, I have to say was absolutely beautiful and no issues at all. People get, nervous because maybe they're seeing stuff elsewhere. But, why I do understand, and I definitely support and stand with LA, and I think everybody that comes out does, because what's happening is not right on so many different levels. We have Marines there, like what? Insane, right? So, and also we understand that I believe this is what this administration wants. This administration wants us to act crazy. So why give them what they want? They don't control us, we control us. We are a community and we are people. And again, unity is our biggest message.
Absolutely. What do you think it means to the community to see, such a, see all the craziness in other places, but see here in Kentucky, in Louisville, right, where, we live, breathe, walk.
History of civil rights acts,
right? And are seeing, oh wow, they're doing it right. They're doing it peacefully. We can actually coexist and have all of these different views and it not be war.
That's what I think is the most beautiful thing about our demonstrations right now, is the fact that there are so many people that on a different scenario, maybe they didn't agree on some things, but some things have happened and people are like, you know what, maybe we don't have to agree on every single thing. And I think that's a message for our country right now. I think people think that you have to agree on every single thing, but you can have empathy for things and not agree with things, right? And so when you have empathy for things, that means, like, hey, you know what, maybe this isn't maybe how I make my decisions, or maybe this isn't something I feel concerns me, but there are clearly people that this is affecting. And so I'm going to stand in unity with the people that this may be affecting. And I really think it's a powerful message for our country, not just our state right now, because things are so divided right now. And that's just not what this country is made of. This country is a beautiful, I love my country. I will never say that I don't, and that's why I do the things that I do consistently. I love my community. That's why I'm always out in my community, not just protesting, but building community and trying to show people that we're going to be okay. You know what I mean? I think people get scared, and there's a lot of people that will fear-monger stuff, and people get caught up in that, right? Because you see it and you're just like, ooh, but ground yourself, breathe a little bit, and understand that that's just not how we're doing things here. And our message is very clear. We want a non-violent demonstration, and we want to bring unity, and we want to, can you imagine the people that have no outlet, and they're sitting at home and they're scared, and they're seeing things that are affecting them. They may be federal workers that have lost their jobs. They may be, immigrants themselves, you know what I mean? And they're so scared and they don't have an outlet, or they know people that are going through this. This gives people a positive outlet, and it, I believe, helps their mental health. Because if you're just sitting there by yourself and this stuff's going over and over, it's not the help to anybody. So, and plus, building community again. I'm going to continue to say that. It's what I stand on.
And you would say that is the whole goal and purpose of being able to do these protests?
Yes, 100%. We want to get people, there's tons of powerful speakers that come to these events. There's tons of resources where people can learn things about their government. We want people to know what the Constitution is. We want people to understand how your government works. You can't be effective in trying to change things if we don't know how things work. Knowledge is power.
When people see this story, what do you hope people take away and learn from this?
That we don't have to allow things that we cannot control divide us. It's not going to solve anything. You know what I mean? We need to come together. We need to stand on our constitutional rights. We need to be able to, express those things. And even if things are even if we're different, that's okay. That's what makes this country a beautiful place. And so let's not forget that.
Is there anything else that you would like to share? Any other thoughts, feelings, hopes for the future?
I hope you guys come out between 12 and 4 Saturday. We're going to have an amazing event.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
You want to do that again?
Yep, we sure can. What do I want? I would love for people. Oh wait, what was the question again? Sorry.
Just any other last thoughts, feelings, and hopes for the future.
Oh, just that people come out and that we there's a lot of problems that are going on with our country. I think we can all agree at that. Whatever side of the table you sit on, there's a lot of things, and I believe that people power is what's going to fix that. I believe in we the people, and I hope that we all believe in we the people. Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate
I
you
hope
being
that
willing
was
to do
okay.
this. Yes, you did amazing. Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully that'll get some people to
Yes.
woosah a little bit.
Yes,
Because it's like,
absolutely.
come on, y'all. Like, we're good.
I know.
We've been doing this for months now. We have a 2,500 march, and no one moved the eye. So that's why LNPD has given a response to it. Because they've watched us in action for so many months now. You know what I mean? And I love that the news just came down and put light on everything.
Yeah.
Now we can get some more people, maybe.
Right, yes.
But I want to make sure that it's very clear we've been doing this for a while. You know what I mean? And we're going to continue to do it, regardless. So,
Well, let me know. I know there's one Saturday, but let me know if there's any other ones.
I will, most definitely.
And
I'm
you have my number now. So.
I do. All right, girlie.
Well, thank you so
being
much.
fabulous.
Thank you as well. I'm going to take my mic from you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's right. I've almost walked off of those a couple times.
Trust me, I have, one person did walk off with it, and she didn't realize it until after she went to the bathroom, and she was like, "Did you hear anything?"
Oh, Lord.
Like, no, girl, I turned it off once I figured out, and I was trying to get a hold of you.
That's so funny. Well, keep up the great work you're doing.
Thank you. I really do appreciate it.
And I'm sure I'll be seeing a lot of you.
Yes, you will.
All right, beautiful.
Just so you know, this is going to air tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Okay, cool.
Yep,
cool.
starting
Awesome.
at 5 a.m. and then it'll continue throughout the day.
All right, cool, because I will not be up at 5. Thank you, beautiful. Spectrum. Ooh, are we smoking? Please let me hit that. What are we doing?
Another car right there. You're not fitting another car.
That was significant.
It was.
How did I do, you guys?
Oh, no.
I was trying to get people to chill out and calm down a little bit. Big. Phew, it's hot. What time is the thing? What time is the thing?
6.
6? All right, let me go over here. 6-ish. All right, y'all, I'm going to log off. I'm going to go live here in just a minute. We're going to be going and to Metro Council. So tune in. You'll want to see this. I promise. Holler.